What's going on YouTube, just JK and welcome back to my channel for another GTA 5 video, and in today's video we're going to be doing another casino podium car review. And this week we have the Enus Paragon R. Now as you can see underneath this livery we have a very beautiful car. This originally costs $905,000 from Legendary Motorsports, but as it's the casino podium car this week, you do have a very good chance of getting it for free. Now the Paragon R is based around a 2018 Bentley Continental GT, and you can see that, man, they've done an amazing job in the design work of this Paragon R. It looks amazing. So without any further ado guys, let's get this into LS Customs and get it customized, and at the end we're going to do a little short review on this bad boy, so make sure you stick around for that. So again my dudes, as you pull into LS Customs you'll see the Enus Paragon R is in the sports category. Now to start this build off, as always, we're going to go to the armour and purchase 100% body armour. Then we're going to go to the brakes and purchase the race brakes. Then we've got the bumpers, front bumper. So straight off the bat it looks like we have quite a few options for front bumper, but I'm not going to hold my breath because I can see some of the same titles there. Like GT bumper we have 3 times. So the secondary is the same as the stock, but obviously it's just going to be the secondary colour. Then we've got a carbon version of that. Then we've got a GT bumper which has a crazy carbon extension on this, which not the sort of thing you usually see on a car like this, man. That is nuts. And then we've got that secondary, and then we've got that full carbon. That actually don't look too bad, to be fair. You know, once you go full carbon on that, I actually like the look of that. And then we've got the primary race bumper. Looks a little bit strange. Then we've got the secondary version of that, and then the full carbon version of that. See, now that looks a little bit better with it being full carbon. But again, the type of car that this is, I don't think it really suits having a bumper of this nature. You know, that it's not a street racer. At the end of the day, this is supposed to be like a high-end, classy monster. That's basically what it's supposed to be. A track car, a race car, not so much. In regards to these bumpers, not really a fan of them. Don't get me wrong, they do look cool, just not on this car. So I'm just going to stay stock for the front bumper. Then we do get a rear bumper option, and then we've got the primary, the secondary, and the carbon. So you can make that carbon as well, just at the bottom. It does look pretty decent, but nothing really crazy in the way of design. It all looks the same, just different colours. Then we've got the engine. We're going to get the level 4 engine upgrade. Then for the exhaust, we do get a few options for the exhaust, which is nice. I am going to accelerate so we can get rid of that smoke so we can actually see what's going on. And the titanium, we've got the chrome, the titanium oval, the big bore, and the race exhausts. Now, I actually like the race exhausts. They fill them gaps really nice, and they look monstrous. So I'm going to go with the race exhausts. Then we get a grille option. The grille at the moment actually looks quite decent. Now that's a shame that we can't change the lower grille, because I do like the chrome grille. It's just a shame that now the lower grille and the main grille don't match up. So it kind of makes it redundant for me. It doesn't look very nice. It looks really odd, and plays my OCD up big time. But then you can expose the intercooler, which would look decent if you were going for, you know, that track look for this car. The same again but with the water sprayer. Same again but with the fans. And then the same again but with a monster intercooler, so it looks a little bit smaller, but it's called a monster, strangely enough. But anyway, it doesn't fill the gap nearly as good as what these ones do. But like I said, I'm not going to be going for the exposed ones, because I just think that's something that you need to put on like a track car, and I'm not going for that track car look, so I'm not going to go for the exposed. Again, I do like this chrome grille, but because we can't change the lower grills, I am just going to stay stock for the grill. Then we've got the hood. Plenty of options for the hood as well, which is awesome. But by the looks of it, they are going to be the same designs, just different colours. So we've got the stock version of the hood, but in the secondary colour. Same again, but in the carbon. And then we've got some primary, secondary, carbon. Primary, secondary, carbon. So on and so forth. And I do actually like this design. It's just a shame about them hood latches, because I think it kind of ruins it. Like I said, that's the sort of thing you need on a race car, and I'm not building a race car, so I'll be going with something more like this. I think that actually looks quite nice, even though it's got the carbon vents on there. I think it, you know, subtle enough. and I think it looks decent. So yeah, I'm going to go with a primary vented hood. Then we're going to go to the lights. We are going to purchase the Xeon headlights. So as you saw in the casino, we can get a livery put on this, and I'm not really feeling it, to be honest. And I don't think there's going to be anything in here that's going to change my mind. Not the sort of style I'm going for, but for what it is, it actually looks quite nice. These ones really annoy me. I mean, I don't really understand this type of livery. I think it looks shit, to be honest. And then we've got Spitfires. That's a cool looking livery. Not really sure on, a Bentley, but each to their own. I mean, if you like it, you like it. I mean, I like the design, don't get me wrong, just not really for this car. Again, that's not a bad looking livery. That's a pretty good one. So there are some nice looking liveries. They're subtle enough, but they are very race car like. And like I've already said, I'm not building a race car. I actually really like that one, the Union Jack. That looks cool. If the bodywork was white, that would look awesome. Another Union Jack one, which is cool. And they're doing busy work. Oh man, what can you say about that one? That doesn't look terrible. Strangely enough, I mean, I'm not going to have it, but for what it is, it's not bad. Even with the paint job that I've got, the khaki green, it actually looks okay, but I won't be getting it. Then we've got the big enough, the hashtag. These ones, I don't get these. They look awful. I don't really understand those ones, but obviously it's some sort of trend somewhere in the world because they're in the game. But yeah, it's not for me. But I think it looks better clean, so I'm going to stay with none. So then we do come to the respray option. We are going to go with the metallic, and this metallic black steel looks absolutely amazing, so I'm going to be going with that. And the same for the secondary. I think I'm going to go metallic and just see what it does change, and it is just the wing mirrors, strangely enough. So I will be just going with black steel again for the secondary colour. And another cool feature for this vehicle, you can put a roll cage in it, which is pretty cool. If you're building a race car, you're going to need a roll cage. So they are all full roll cages, but then you go down to these ones and then they change the seats. That's a shame we can't change the seats anyway, We have to have a roll cage to change the seats. That sucks. That sucks big time, man. Oh, I know it's not a track car, it's not a race car, but I want them seats. So I am going to get the roll cage. I'm going to go with a cage and drag seats. Then we get a roof option. Only two different options for this. We've got a secondary colour and a carbon roof. I actually like that carbon roof, man. That looks cool. I like how it ties in with the carbon vents I've got on the hood as well. So I'm going to go with that. So then we get a side skirt option. We've got the primary. And then we've got the secondary and a carbon skirt. And I'm feeling the carbon, to be honest, because we've got like a small carbon splitter at the front there, which is sweet. And then it kind of feeds off nicely onto the side skirt, and I might go back and change the rear bumper to carbon also. So we're going to go carbon skirts, and then we are going to quickly go back to the rear bumper, and we're going to go from the stock to the carbon. So the next option we've got is the spoiler, so we can get the sports wing, the low GT, the race wing, and the endurance wing. Now these are actually some nice looking spoilers, man, not going to lie. And it does give you an added traction bonus as well. So if you are looking at competing in races, you might want to pick up a spoiler. Oh, I'm really conflicted now, man. I love the look of that endurance wing. Even though this whole video I've been saying I'm not building a race car. I'm not building a race car. I think I might be building a race car. I've accidentally fell into it. And I'm building a race car out of a Bentley. I need that endurance wing, man. That looks awesome on this car. It's a really nice design as well. And it fits perfectly. It'd just be rude not to get it. I'm still not going to go back to the front bumper and change that up though. I'm going to keep that how it is. But I've accidentally now built a race car, which I was saying at the beginning I wasn't going to do. Yeah, so I fell into the trap, boys. I fell into it. But anyway, we're going to move on to the sun strips. We've got the primary and also the secondary. Won't be getting a sun strip though. Suspension. We are going to slam it on competition suspension. Then we've got the transmission, we're going to get the race transmission and the turbo tuning. Then we're going to move on to the wheels, wheel type, and we're going to go into the street category for this. The fitment on these stock wheels are absolutely amazing. They look really good, man. Hopefully we get the same sort of fitment with these aftermarket wheels, which the first few, unfortunately we don't. They kind of sink in a little bit more. Maybe that'll change as we go further down. So if we get out of here with the bigger tyres, we get a low profile tyre on these ones. And they do fit a little bit nicer. Not amazing, but definitely better than these top lot. So I've just spent about 10 minutes flicking through these wheels, backwards and forwards, and I keep coming back to these Sugoi Concave, man. I think they look amazing. They look probably the best out of the whole category in my opinion, so I'm going to grab those bad boys. And with the wheel colour, be rude not to, it's got to be carbon black. Whilst we're here, you might as well go and purchase the bulletproof tyres. And to finish off the build, as always, we are going to go into the windows and purchase the low smoke window tint. So that is the build on the Paragon R. We are going to do a short drive now and sort of like get a feel of it. Whilst I was driving down here before I customised it, it actually felt really nice. Felt like it picked up speed quite nicely, but it did lack on the acceleration. So let's see if that's changed since we've upgraded it, which I can happily say it has, to be honest. The acceleration is a lot better from stock, because I found that when I was driving down here, the acceleration did lack a little bit, but it picked up its speed really nicely, which it's doing now. It's picking up the speed amazingly, even better than what it was. Obviously it should do because we're fully upgraded it, but the acceleration is massively improved, which I'm really happy about. This car is really nice, man. If you're lucky enough to win it in the casino on the lucky wheel, that is amazing. I mean, you'll be getting an amazing car from it. I think it looks amazing just from stock. You ain't really got to do anything to it for it to look amazing, but it's got some really good customizations. Like, you can make a full out track car out of this. That's not something that I was intending on doing, and it's not really something that I have gone and done, but for what I did do, I think in my opinion it's actually turned out really nice. It's very subtle and tasteful in my opinion. I'm very simplistic in my taste of cars. You know, I don't like to go crazy with like mad spoilers and bumpers usually, but this needed that spoiler. It would have been a crime not to put that spoiler on this car, because it just fits so nicely and it just suits it really well as well. And I just think the customization that you can do to this is really good. You can have it sort of like a clean cut, classy looking businessman sports car, or you can go full track car on this bitch. Either way is awesome, and either way will look good. But yeah, man, it's definitely one to pick up if you're lucky enough to win it on the wheel, or maybe if you've seen this video and you haven't been lucky enough to win it on the wheel and you've got $905,000 sitting in your bank and you're looking for a new sports car, maybe this is the one you can pick up, because you won't be disappointed, man. I can promise you that. It is a really cool little sports car, and yeah, I'm impressed with it, man. I mean, I wasn't lucky enough to win it on the wheel. I did go and purchase this, and usually when I do these builds and reviews, I sell it straight up, but this one's now going to stay in my garage because I absolutely love it. So with that being said, guys, this is going to be the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure you hit that like button and also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. And until next time, I'm out. Adios.